the truth of the matter is, the fact of the matter, when it comes down to it, as a leader, manager, whichever you want to call yourself, there's a big difference between a manager and a leader, which we could talk about another day. But a leader and a manager are very, very different. And a leader is someone who actually sets an example and actually uses their influence to get people to actually want to work for them to accomplish the bottom line or accomplish the overall mission and purpose. Mm-hmm. We have this, I almost call it an infection in a lot of companies. And this might, what I'm about to say just may tweak some people and your listeners a little bit, but it's meaning to do this. Mm-hmm. There is this infection that we have in our companies called the universal voice. We want to have the same voice. We call this, right? The same voice. Once I, as a leader, tell you as a manager to manage your team, you need to have that same voice to the rest of your teams. And we've heard this over the years, right? The same voice, so that we're all feel like we're all in unison. There's this unity. So we create this appearance. Well, I challenge everybody listening, instead of having a universal voice, have universal action. Mm. And don't just believe that your mission and purpose, because it's posted up on your wall, is going to work.
That was something we did a few years ago, wasn't it? That was definitely popular back then.
Yeah, right. And so what are you doing is the question. And we believe that the root of the challenge with Sherri's situation and any company that has these types of challenges is the root is at the heart of those that are leading, is because those that are leading are not prepared. They're not equipped. They don't know what they don't know. So they check off boxes. Sit with your team and find out what the problem is. Okay, well, how do they know how to do that? Have you coached them? Have you trained them? Have you equipped them to know how? We assume that we promoted somebody because of their performance. They're high performers. They're just really go-getters. So we put them in a position of leadership and expect that because they performed well on their own, that they can get a team to perform well.
Yeah, and this is very much what we've been saying as a message today, isn't it? And I do think, thank you, it would be great to have you back to come and talk to us about the difference between management and leadership, because I think that's also a common misconception as well.
Sure is, yeah.
But on some kind of conclusive note then, so that we can offer people something today, I know that you have an initiative you're launching very soon. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that so people can find it?
Oh, sure, the mastermind. Yeah, sure. We have that is starting September 13th, I believe, right? September 13th. And that is it's a mastermind. It goes on for 8 weeks. It's 8 sessions. It's once a week for an hour on the 8 invaluable laws of personal growth. You know, because if you want to, like we said before, you want to know yourself, you got to grow yourself. You have to start there. And that's as a leader, as a person in general. I mean, some of the things we're going to talk about are how to be intentional. All right, how to be intentional. That's a big one. Understanding your own, who you are, and so that you can then move on to the next level of growth. Finding out how to do that, and much more. We've got 8 laws we're going to cover when it comes down to personal growth.
Well, I know that today has been valuable as well, and you've obviously sown quite a few seeds, and I think we've pulled out quite a few points really of great value to people. Thank you very much indeed. Because as we've said, you know, target market who are listening are very much in that growth phase, or they're trying to transition out of COVID and bring their teams back and help develop something of talent, and also, you know, strong expectations about leadership, because we've always put people who are in a leadership role on quite a high pedestal. So I think we've helped them understand they're human, but yes, there is something we can still emphasize, and I think today's done a good job.